The Last Jedi had a big clue that Rey was a Palpatine? Well, I guess I must have missed that. I don't know. Did you catch that? Guys, final Death Star here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, well, I'm doing great content, trying to get out a few videos a day if I can. We live stream, so don't miss out on anything and hit that subscribe button. Okay, well, this article is coming from the one and only Screen Rant, and it says right here, Star Wars The Last Jedi had a big clue Rey was a Palpatine. Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker's biggest reveal was that Rey being Palpatine's granddaughter, and it was possible thanks to The Last Jedi. I don't know. I must have missed that. Let's see what it says. One of the biggest mysteries of the Star Wars sequel trilogy was Rey's backstory, which was finally addressed in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. After Star Wars The Last Jedi stated that her parents were nobodies, but as it turns out, Last Jedi actually set up Rey as a Palpatine. Disney's Star Wars sequel trilogy introduced a new generation of heroes and villains, but without forgetting about the main characters of the original trilogy. Well, they pretty much did forget about the main characters. They didn't, at least they forgot how they were in the main trilogy, the original trilogy. They definitely forgot that Luke Skywalker was a hero. They definitely forgot that Han Solo was a general and a hero. Leia, well, they forgot that she had no training as a Jedi, but otherwise, at least she was still a general. At least she was still in control, although she spent most of the second movie in a coma. All right. Let's see here. The final film in the Skywalker saga, Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, tried to solve all the plot holes left by the previous sequels and give closure to the saga. Unfortunately, it opened up a bunch of other plot holes and didn't really give closure to anything. Most of all, the name, the Skywalker Saga, because it was a Palpatine, the Palpatine Saga. While revealing one major connection between the sequels and the original films, Rey was Palpatine's granddaughter. Hence why her strong connection with both sides of the Force. Though fans were expecting... Why would she have a strong connection with both sides of the Force? She was Palpatine's granddaughter. She just have a connection to the dark side of the Force. Though fans were expecting Rey to be related to a character from the original trilogy, the reveal of her being a Palpatine wasn't a big shock, or shocking as the writers were probably expecting. It was kind of shocking, more like upsetting, insulting. Other words I would use. Many fans blame it on The Last Jedi for saying her parents were nobodies who sold her out for drinking money, prompting the Rise of Skywalker to do damage control and give her a more interesting backstory. But in reality, The Last Jedi set up the big reveal in a subtle, oh so subtle way. In Star Wars The Last Jedi, after much hesitation from his part, Luke began training Rey, and he, along with viewers, witnessed how strong and potentially dangerous her connection to the Force really was. In The Rise of Skywalker, Luke revealed he and Leia knew Rey was a Palpatine, which some fans have pointed out doesn't make sense, as he didn't know who she was in the previous film. When they met on Ahch-To, Luke had closed himself off from the Force for years, which is why he didn't know about Han Solo's death, nor could he sense who Rey truly was. However, there was a moment during Rey's training where Luke realized that they were dealing with what they were dealing with and where she came from. As pointed out by Jason Ward on Twitter. When Rey goes into the darkness during one of her lessons with Luke, he tells her that he has only seen that raw strength once before in Ben Solo. And it didn't scare him then, but it does now. Luke had already seen what this level of power did to his nephew and knew there had to be something bigger in Rey's origin than just an abandoned scavenger from Jakku. In a subtle detail, it's a subtle detail, yet it further proves that Rey Palpatine isn't a twist from that the Rey Palpatine twist isn't a Star Wars Last Jedi plot hole, but was instead built from what Rian Johnson's film established. Boy, I could hardly get that last sentence out because it's so ridiculous. Okay, let's just break this down. Luke was clearly referring to Ben when he said that. I have only seen this raw strength once before. And that is supposed to be a reference not to Palpatine, but to Skywalker. He's a Skywalker blood. Anakin, the chosen one. That is clearly what this reference was to. It was not to Palpatine. That is trying to, take a bunch of straws and make a basket out of it. That is so thin, paper thin. That's what they're trying to use. That he had, I realized I only felt this power once before, and it's the power that I don't even know what that means. Turn Ben to the dark side? It's supposed to be the Emperor Palpatine? I don't. That is clearly not what he meant in Last Jedi. He was talking about Ben Solo, the power of Anakin Skywalker, the chosen one. That's what he feared. That's what he had felt before. Not anything to do with, I don't know, the dark side or Palpatine. That is such a thin, loosely strung together. And to say that Rey Palpatine's twist isn't a Star Wars Last Jedi plot hole, but instead built from what Rian Johnson's film established. Oh, please. Palpatine was in it because Rian Johnson killed off Snoke. And this point is made further clear by the fact that we have Colin Trevorrow's script out there, or, the beginnings of it. And in no way is Rey related to Palpatine. In fact, she is related to no one. Their parents were nobodies that Kylo Ren killed. That's what he had established in his script, which was written after during and after The Last Jedi came out. So it was not part of the original plan to have Palpatine return other than a hologram, and certainly not to have Rey be the granddaughter of Palpatine. That was established. That was in the trying to fix the mess that Rian Johnson had caused. So instead of saying, this twist was built upon by Rian Johnson. Yeah, it was built upon it, but it was built upon it because Rian Johnson screwed up the storyline so badly that JJ just had to throw his time into something. So there you have Palpatine. But that's clearly not what the scene was about. When Luke said, I've only saw his power once before, it didn't scare me then. It's talking about Ben Solo as a Skywalker, the blood of Anakin, the blood of Luke, the chosen one, which, no longer is now because, of course, the rise of, or fall of Skywalker has moved that title along to Rey Palpatine. That's who the new chosen one is. Well, yeah, there you have it. Again, just these articles trying to make things out of nothing. Well, guys, thank you for watching. Please do give the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Please do, because it really does help build this channel, and I appreciate each and every one of you for watching this video, and I hope you are enjoying all the content. Until next time, lock the doors and hope they don't have blasters.